up fam, welcome back to the channel, and yeah, as usual, thank you so much for clicking on the video guys. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and today is Tuesday and we are back with another I-DLE content, and this time we got The Rise of I-DLE, Q Entertainment Secret Weapon by Lovin Sujians. And yeah, honestly guys, I had a second thought whether to react to this or just watch it without recording because it's a very long videos. But lots of you guys requested me to react to it, so here I am with my reaction to The Rise of I-DLE. And before we go to the rest of the guys, if you guys got any other I-DLE content that you want me to check on or that you want to see on these channels, feel free to hit on the comment section down below fams. I'll try my best to check on that as soon as possible. Now let's jump to the rest of the video, starting now. Let's go.
Sway.
I don't know. This is my biggest project so far, and this is the first time that I had ever made a video like this. Personality. Okay. I recommend you press substance therefore into the story. Okay. Now I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. Oh my, this is so beautiful though. Visuals.
So, I-DLE, the girl group that is often referred to as the monster rookies of the 4th generation, after debuting with their lead single, La Ta Ta, in May of 2018.
Crown.
For sure, I might gonna need to pause at some point of this, just to read all of the details of taking over.
Whether you have heard of this K-pop sensation or not, I hope that this video helps you respect their girl just that little bit more.
Turn off the caption because it's all in English.
My name is Summer and I go by she/her pronouns, so please bear that in mind when referring to me in the comment section. I am in love with I-DLE, and I hope that this video helps you learn a lot more about the group and what they've been through to get to where they are today. I-DLE consists of 6 members. Soyeon, Miyeon, Minnie, Sujin, Oogi and Shua all have a very important position in the group and have all equally contributed to the group's successes since their debut. It's taken these girls just over 2 years to become one of the most successful and most talked about girl groups of their generation. Given the state of Cube Entertainment before their debut, how did they suddenly become Cube's secret weapon? How did their success come about, and what did they go through to get to where they are today? Welcome to the rise of I-DLE.
Pretty sure that was Soyeon's voice.
Before we get into I-DLE's story as a group, we should get you familiar with the members' backstories so that you understand what they've been through to get to this point of their career. So let's start with Soyeon. Soyeon was born in 1998 in South Korea and is the leader, main rapper, center and producer of the group, and introduced herself as I-DLE's charismatic leader.
She can do it all.
One day you say you saw it first, saw it first. One day you say you saw it first, you saw it first. One day you say you saw it first, saw it first. One day you say you saw it first.
Just look at the charisma.
Soyeon drove 2 hours to audition at Cube, and once she officially became a Cube trainee, she instantly became booked and busy. Cube knew what she was made of, and so she soon became a participant on the popular survival shows Produce 101,
seriously guys, I'm sure you guys can agree with
last
this.
episode,
Like, Cube doesn't deserve I-DLE. Like,
where she
Seriously?
placed third.
안 이쁜 내가 봐도 너는 너무 심각해 유언 있음
pretty
말해봐
good
지금
song.
너 화장시키게 쇼미더머니 불구덩이 엄프 버전이 바로 거기 오자마자 떨어져 네가 갈 곳은 지옥 같아 쇼미 광탈 통편되고 엄프 와서 센쳐 그리고 유명하더라 회사가 꽂아낸 거 근데 네 뒤에 뭐가 있건 내 자리 못 넘보지 넌 날 딱 하나 이겨
During her Produce 101 stint,
pretty.
she faced a lot of hate comments based on her appearance. A lot of the comments said that even though she was talented, she wasn't pretty enough to be an idol.
You sure?
These comments really put a dent in her confidence as she started having doubts about whether she should really
Well,
pursue being
she's
an idol as a
damn pretty
career.
though.
But she took all of it in her stride, and
She have to
despite
also
facing these
comment
ill
that.
comments during her teenage years, had courage and commitment to stay on her path. Soyeon started writing from a young age and was very shy about it at first, but went on to follow her dreams as a producer. Soyeon made her solo debut in 2017 with the song Jelly, which was written and produced by her.
Yeah, I love this song. You get one of the catches. Jelly.
It is important to note that she has also written and produced a majority of I-DLE's discography today. In addition to songs made for her own group, she also wrote songs for her seniors, CLC and Namju from A-Pink. She is known for being the fastest female rapper in K-pop today, and is currently holding the record
One
of
of the
8.32 syllables per second with her rap on Queendom.
Wow.
You got it? 자 안녕하십니까 여기다 바쁘니까 실력으로 소개할게 우리 like 해성 같은 물도 좀 무너뜨리고 감미로버려 정상에 올라가네 어디를 갔던 멋진가 알아 박수 한 쳐대 잘하는 게 나의 버릇이거든 근데 저 왕관을 내놔 나지야 그 queen 이 나야 등장에 기죽지 마라 아직 자랑할 게 많아 첫 번째 real idol
Soyeon's dream is to be awarded with the Singer-Songwriter Award one day.
Dang.
Miyeon, I-DLE's main vocalist and a member of the visual line, was
Oh,
born
this-
in 1997 in South
Miyeon.
Korea and was introduced as I-DLE's power vocal.
All vocals.
하고 싶은 사고 싶은 먹고 싶은 것 가고 싶은 되고 싶은 바랬던
I don't think I already listened to this song. Pretty sure this is my first time. Someone please tell me the titles for this.
Miyeon's passion for music began when she was just a toddler, as she would often record herself singing to proudly show her family and friends. She always had a deep love for music and was heavily
age.
influenced by her father. She began learning various instruments including piano, guitar and violin, and even began taking MIDI classes in school to learn how to
from a
compose
very young
and produce
age.
music. In 2010, when she was
talk
just
about
12
passion.
years old, Miyeon began her life as a YG trainee after
YG,
her friends
yeah,
suggested
I
that
heard
she
that.
auditioned for this company.
She was
After
supposed
5
to be
years of training, Miyeon decided to leave the company
one of the
in
members
early
of
2015 and then went on to join a vocal academy shortly after. During this time, Miyeon took classes in producing and composing, got her GED and became a freelance singer. She went on the
Freelance
Urban Zacapa Canada tour in 2016.
Bro, this is really good.
And in 2017, Miyeon appeared in the So Long's You music video. Sometime in between 2016 and
There she is.
17, she was suggested by someone she knew to audition for Cube Entertainment. Miyeon, who had given up the path of an idol, had to prepare an audition in a short amount of time, but successfully passed. She was immediately added to the lineup, where she would debut in 2018 as the main vocalist of Monster
Bro, I'm
Review
amazed
group
that this is fine, man. This is well, man. Like, seriously.
사랑한다 아이들 영원하자
영원하자. Forever Idol.
Born 1997 in Thailand, Minnie is the main vocalist of I-DLE.
Main vocalist.
She introduced herself
One
as
of
the
my favorite
attractive voice of
vocalists.
I-DLE and has always been very
Her
passionate
dreamy
about music.
voice, like,
If I'm freaking crazy
she's the best,
you're
like, really
freaking
is the best.
crazy we're all freaking crazy why do you love me oh
comes from a royal but also very talented family with a musical background.
Royal.
Minnie grew up
Icon.
with music and started taking vocal lessons at the age of 4. In elementary school, she learned how to play piano for fun, and that's when she noticed that she had a talent for music. She always had a strong love for performing on stage in front of crowds, but music was not her only passion, as she was also a cheerleader and drummer in school.
Cheerleader.
She was a student at G Vocal in Thailand, where her teacher suggested she audition for Cube. So she thought to herself, why not try? And she passed the audition. But after passing, she wasn't
With
sure
that
if she should actually
talents,
become a trainee,
pretty much
because she also wanted to
she
attend
will pass
university.
any auditions.
But in the end, her parents convinced
Their
her to
vocals.
give it a try, and so she moved to Korea in 2015.
2015.
On March 23, 2016, she was revealed to the public as a Cube trainee. She featured in Soyeon's song Smile.
충분히 해내고 있어. 그렇게 실망하지 말고 슬픈 표정 짓지 말고
In the wash.
And in June of 2017, she participated in a commercial alongside with Oogie and Shua, her future members. The same year, she was given the opportunity to feature in Line Friends' Twinkle Twinkle Little
So
Star
they were
and
introduced
6
first
songs in
before
Dance
they
Party.
debuted as
In
I-DLE.
2018, she'd go on to debut with I-DLE, and she made many friends there, while being especially close to the so-called Thai line in
That-
Korea.
Even though it
And
was
in
short,
the end, her
that
hard
really gave
work
me
paid off,
goosebumps and
and she went on to
emotional
debut with I-DLE.
bro.
Soojin, born
My
1998
favorite.
in South Korea, is the main dancer and the sub-vocalist of I-DLE.
Man dancer.
I got it,
Dang.
I got it, I got
Her
it.
presence. You can't deny that, guys. Like, you just can't take
She
your eyes
introduced
off her.
herself as the pretty spring girl and showed her passion for music at the Cube audition in
And I still can't
2016.
get over this.
When she was a child, her mother signed her up for jazz dance
Artist of the
classes.
month.
Her love for dance grew, and she thought of becoming a singer. Not long after, she discovered Taekwondo and dreamed of becoming a
Taekwondo?
Taekwondo master. But this didn't last long, as her love for dance soon came back.
Really though? Taekwondo master?
She attended a dance academy, and when she became more interested in singing, she started attending a vocal academy. However, throughout her childhood, her father was against the idea of becoming a singer, and Soojin begged him for 2 years from the age of 13 to 15 until he finally accepted and allowed her to attend a Korean arts high school to chase her dreams. She was supposed to debut with the girl group VV Diva, but left the group
Diva.
before it debuted.
That is actually the first time I heard this name.
She didn't give up on her dreams as an idol, and she received an offer from Cube Entertainment just before her third year at high school.
So
She
that
became a
was
Cube trainee in 2016 and was introduced in
2016.
Cube 3 in 2017. Soojin was
Dang.
announced as an upcoming member of I-DLE in April of 2018 and then continued to officially debut as a member of the group on May the 2nd, 2018. Before she debuted with I-DLE, Soojin appeared in both of Soyeon's solo songs Jelly and I-DLE Song as the Fox Girl. She was
Fox
clearly
Girl.
enjoying her stay at Cube, and so she went on to debut with I-DLE.
It's beautiful life. 너의 뒤에 서 있을게.
Dang.
Born
miss her.
1999 in China, Oogie
Oogie.
is the lead dancer and
Lead
lead
dancer.
vocalist in I-DLE and
Lead
introduced
dancer,
herself
vocalist.
as G-I-DLE's cutie.
I'm off the deep end, watching
My bias.
skydive. I never meet the ground. Cross
Discover.
through the surface, while they can hurt us. We're far from the shallow now.
Oogie was introduced into K-pop through watching popular variety shows just like Running Man, and soon after becoming a
Variety
huge fan
show.
of Super Junior. Oogie was so intelligent as a child that she was accepted into one of the city's most prestigious schools, Beijing 101 Middle School. The school
Variety
was
show.
reserved for the best and brightest students with only the top 5% of applicants scoring places.
Ooh.
But even amongst such a smart student body, Oogie was still one of the most intelligent there. The school had 14 classes assigned by rank, and child genius Oogie was in class 1.
Genius.
Given how smart Oogie is, her parents wanted her to focus on education. However, Oogie's true love had always been performing. As a teen, she was proficient in a form of Chinese folk dance called I-DLE.
The outfits look so cute on her. Pink color.
And she was, and still is, skilled at playing the goose hang, a traditional Chinese instrument.
The same with, what's the name again for Korean Gaya game? Yeah, I'm not sure guys, like, please correct me if I'm wrong. It's almost the same though.
In high school, she showed her ability in dance, and she would also become the president of the street dance club at her school. Thankfully, despite her parents' skepticism, she took her chance and auditioned for Cube Entertainment in China in
This bit is
2014.
actually kind of familiar.
After passing, she left her home in China and moved to South Korea alone.
I'm pretty sure I heard it
She
somewhere.
became a Cube trainee in 2017 and became the lead dancer and lead vocalist in I-DLE.
Next we got Shua.
And finally, we have the Maknae.
Shua.
Yeah, Shua.
Yeah, Shua.
I-DLE's sub-vocalist and visual, born in
Visuals.
2000 in Taiwan, introduced herself as I-DLE's visual Maknae.
강인한 울음은 너의 발을 내게 돌려 이 넓은 황야 속 크고 단단한 씨를 뿌려 웅장한 부름은 너의 맘을 내게 돌려 이 깊은 바닷속까지 거친 멜로디를 꽂아
When Shua was a child, she dreamt about being an actress and told her family that she will be on TV one day. She got introduced to K-pop by her friends, and this led her wanting to become an idol. To pursue that dream, she entered an art school and would sing and dance with her friends for fun, until one day her friend took her along to Cube's auditions in Taiwan. She ended up being accepted at Cube Entertainment. It wasn't an easy decision for Shua to leave her family and go all alone to South Korea at 16. But she was dedicated to fulfilling her dreams.
Goes to
In
a foreign
2016,
country.
Shua became a Cube trainee, and during her pre-debut era, Shua appeared in Yoo Sun-ho's music
With
video,
language
10
barriers.
centimeters.
It's seriously not easy.
As a trainee, Shua had a hard time because of the language barriers.
Yes.
When eating out, Shua would always order ramen because it was the only thing she was confident in saying. Shua says that she would talk to her fellow member Soojin, and despite the language barrier between them, she would still listen. Until date, Shua
Bro, I
is
don't know
very
why, guys,
thankful
like,
for that.
Whenever someone
Monthly
mentions
evaluations and
Suji
her
and
lack of
Shua,
abilities put her under a lot of pressure. She would
I
stay
seriously
alone every
could cry
day,
anytime.
practicing until midnight. And when alone, she would often cry. The first time she told her members
I
about the
seriously gonna
troubles she
miss
was
Sujin.
facing, they encouraged her, and despite all the ups and downs, they stayed by her side. Shua thanks herself to this day for not giving up on her dreams and following her passion for becoming an idol. Now that we have covered the pre-debut stories of each member, I think it's time to move on to I-DLE's story as a group, from debut to how they got to where they are now.
Bro, this
Cube
is a very
Entertainment
good
was prepared to
documentary.
debut a new girl group, and
Let me
they
give a
hoped
lot
the
of
group
credit
would
to
strongly
Sujin.
represent the potential of fourth-generation artists. This girl group was soon announced and introduced to the public as G-I-DLE. After noticing Soyeon in the lineup, the public began to raise their expectations for the group's debut because of her appearances on the popular survival shows. On April 15, Cube released a video of them busking, which served as the first official announcement of the group.
I think I might gonna need to check on their busking.
엉덩이 빵빵빵 남자들은 탐탐탐내
Yeah.
술 냠냠냠 어디 가도 탕탕탕 등장은 짠짠짠 띠자 팡팡팡 디스코 팡팡
Was it best female?
In the weeks to follow, Q posted introductory photos and
can't
videos of the
remember the
members,
exact,
as well as individual teasers for their music video. On the brink of I-DLE's expected debut, Cube Entertainment had failed to produce a title track for the group. Soyeon, however, took this into her own hands by
That's
writing,
young.
lyrics, and composing with Big Sancho for what became their official debut title track,
Seriously, guys.
La Ta Ta.
Cube don't deserve these guys.
누가 먹었나? Every day, every night, la ta ta. Every day, every night, la ta ta.
La Ta Ta received a not so substantial budget, but I will admit that the company used the money they had tucked in for these girls' debut quite well. The budget for this music video did not stop the public from emphasizing how Soyeon wrote the girls' debut song and the major role she had in the production of their first studio mini album by writing 5 out of 6 of the songs.
5 out of 6.
On May the 2nd, 2018, I-DLE made their debut of their mini album, I Am. On I Am's first day of being released, they sold just 260 albums. However, the momentum gradually continued to increase as more and more people came across the group throughout the month.
가까이 온다. 누가 먹었나?
The music video had gained over 2.2 million views in the first 2 days, and the album debuted at 7th on Billboard's World Album Charts, with it later peaking at 5th on May the 9th.
불태워버려지게 내일은 우린 없는 거야 너와 I love you.
I-DLE went on to get their first music show win on May the 22nd, only 20 days after their debut, at the time making them the second fastest girl group to win in a music show.
초이스의 주인공은 아이들 축하합니다.
평생 널못 잊게
So that time they were competing with Image as well. And hello. Sorry guys.
네, 더쇼 초이스 아이들 소감 한번 들어볼게요.
I love idols as well as new bitches, so
네, 일단은 저희 아니 저희
Just look at her
아이들
hand
만들어 주신 홍승상
shaking
회장님
over there.
너무 감사드리고요.
Bro is so cute.
그리고 저희 아직 너무 이 상 너무 과분한데 이렇게 받게 해주신 팬분들 그리고 윤영원 이사님
yes, she's so cute.
많은 스태프분들 너무 감사드립니다.
And there's Ugi is crying over there.
식구분들께 너무 감사드리고 저희 부모님도 감사드리고 신케이블팀 신케이블팀님도 너무 감사드리고 팬분들도 너무 감사드립니다. 저희 아직 앞으로 이 상에 진짜 어울릴 수 있는 그런 아이들이 되도록 노력하겠습니다. 정말 팬분들 너무너무 감사드립니다. 감사합니다.
축하드립니다.
네, 그러면 글로벌 팬들도 보고 계시니까 우기 씨나 슈아 씨가 준비. 어떡해.
Oh my god, this is wholesome.
그냥 고마워. 어떡해, 뭐 하는 거야. 너무너무 사랑하고 진짜 더 열심히 하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 저는 너무너무 감사해요. 진짜 우리 도와주시는 분들도 진짜 너무 감사해요. 앞으로 더 열심히 하겠습니다. 네.
They then went on to collect another music show win from M Countdown just 2 days after. And then their final win for this year at the show.
The show.
The group's debut was known to be one of the most memorable of its year, with them being dubbed as the Monster Rookies after showing how impressive they were, despite having just debuted. Although I-DLE had a slow start, the album sales continued to increase drastically, as people started falling for these girls whenever they appeared on variety shows just like After School Club
This
and the
really
iTalk
resembles-
vlog series that they began to release on their channel.
I got serious.
Every day, every night, la ta ta.
The reason why people became so attached to these girls so quickly was because of the charisma on stage, unique voices, and contagious personalities. People could relate to G-Idle. I can't explain why or how, but as soon as you listen to their music, you'd instantly want to know more about them.
Charisma on stage.
An important event that marked the first appearance of I-DLE as part of Cube Entertainment was the United Cube 1 concert that took place on June the 16th. It lasted around 4 hours and featured 33 Cube artists, including Hyuna, Jo Kwon, B2B, CLC, and Pentagon.
Well, honestly, guys, Cube got a lot of talented idols. B2B, one of the best vocalists.
I-DLE performed their hit song Latata and the songs Maze and Light My Body Up.
Nice.
They also did a special stage of bubble pop with Hyuna.
That's your pants.
Minnie, Miyeon, Sujin, Ugi, and Shua performed along with 19 other vocalists in the emotive song Follow Your Dreams, while Soyeon featured in Mermaid along with other Cube rappers, and Animal along with Jo Kwon. The concert was closed with the song Young and One, which featured all Cube artists.
What the hell is he doing? Follow your dream.
Just 3 months after their debut, I-DLE came back with their first digital single, Han. Han, which was also written and co-composed by Soyeon alongside Big Sancho from Yummy Tone, was released on August the 14th. The song had a very dark, somber concept and was described by Soyeon as a cool song expressing from the word Han, sense of betrayal, saying goodbye, and the feeling of being alone. She also mentioned that the makeup was inspired by the concept by using red eyes and a pinkish face to represent crying and feelings of sorrowness. Han did extremely well in its first week, debuting at number 14 on the Go On Digital charts, later peaking at 8th the following week, peaking at number 10 in its 4th week on the Billboard's Korea's K-pop Hot 100s, becoming America's top-selling K-pop song for 2 consecutive weeks, receiving 2 number 1s on the Korean music charts, Bugs and Genie, becoming the top 5 girl groups with the most monthly listeners on Spotify, placing first on the girl group brand reputation rankings for September, and receiving 3 music show wins yet again for the era.
And they were rookies.
아이들 축하합니다.
아이들 축하드립니다. 네, 트로피 소감 부탁드려요.
I-DLE easily started standing out. You could not ignore the group's presence at this point because it seemed like they were really taking over. The members of I-DLE never imagined that very quickly after debuting, they would have the opportunity to present their hit Latata in New York City. The result was the expected. Even the Big Apple wasn't too big for I-DLE. Enthusiastically, they held a small concert performing a flash mob of the song in Times Square during the day, and the Washington Square Arch at night. I-DLE took over both places with confidence and seamless, sleek dance moves. During latter era, I-DLE attracted the people's attention locally and internationally, not only for their amazing and impactful debut, but also when their success led them to become a very solicited group. I-DLE's growth really began to show as their debut album, I Am, surpassed 23,000 copies sold by the end of August.
You got a bad bitch.
Throughout the rest of the year, I-DLE also participated in several music shows and events, where they covered famous songs such as Fake Love by BTS and You Go Girl by Lee Hyo-ri. After promotions had ended for Han, we thought we were about to hit a slight drought. But little did we know, a collaboration of the year hit us, and our leader participated in it. On September 28, 2018, Soyeon appeared in one of SM Station's collabs with the legendary soloist Chung-ha, Sin B from G-Friend, and Seulgi from Red Velvet, in the music video dubbed Wow Thing.
This is new. For sure I haven't watched it. I certainly need to check this as well.
This collaboration is such a great opportunity for Soyeon to
okay,
yet again show off her potential as a K-pop idol. The song was doing so well in the US World Digital Song Sales, and it was definitely not going to be Soyeon's last collaboration with SM. In addition to this huge collaboration of our leader Soyeon, I-DLE remained active during this year, performing several presentations in different locations.
Thailand, K-Con Thailand.
Covered songs like Brand New by Shinhwa, Light My Body Up by David Guetta, Hot Issue by 4 Minute, and Sunny by Bobby Hebb were performed. It became an every month schedule with I-DLE. They were very active on their first year of debuting and were busy picking up all opportunities to promote their group. In November 2018, Riot Games, the founder of League of Legends, decided to create a virtual K-pop group called I-DLE.
Bro, the live stage for this.
Now, Riot Games was already known for their music productions, having already done a virtual group named Pentakill, but nobody expected them to run and manage their own virtual K-pop group so successfully. Riot Games did a lot of research, watched and listened to a lot of K-pop, and they soon discovered members Soyeon and Mia. They were found during their pre-debut days, which is actually pretty impressive.
This was Mia, the boss. Well, I don't know much about League of Legends characters. I haven't played that game though.
Soyeon, representing Akali, a rogue assassin, and Mion, who represents Ari, a nine-tailed fox, were finally added to the KDA lineup with Madison Beer and Jayra Burns in 2018. KDA officially debuted with Popstars on November 3rd, 2018, which is currently sitting at 410 million views at the time of writing this script.
That's a lot.
Popstars became one of the most viewed YouTube videos from the League of Legends franchise, uniting animation fans, K-pop fans, and gamers together.
You ready for this? Let's go.
Popstars was deemed an evident success after the song topped the World Digital Songs chart, making KDA the fourth K-pop girl group to top the chart and the fifth female act overall. This virtual group gave I-DLE a huge opportunity to be discovered internationally, and fans of KDA started becoming fans of I-DLE. Popstars was almost contagious as people were hooked to how charismatic this virtual group was in its human counterpart.
Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down.
And this, oh, I still remember the hologram.
The girls provided their vocals and showed off their talents
Man,
while
look at that.
representing the group in a
Seals
live
of it,
performance
not
at the
fire.
finals of the tournament.
It's been a while since I
After
watched
witnessing
that.
Idol's
At
activities,
the time,
people instantly
I'm yet
started
to be
reviewing their
Idol's fan,
achievements
so
and
I don't know much
anticipating
about
their
them.
presence
I
at
just
award
enjoying the
shows.
music, and it
But
was
before
a
we
very
knew
good
it,
one.
it was the end of the year and the start of the award season.
Do you remember what you said? 너는 내게 뭐든 줄 것처럼 말을 건넸다. Don't you remember what you said? 너는 마치 무슨 약을 먹은 마냥 변했다.
Idol was invited and nominated at multiple award shows. There was a high demand for Idol, and making good first impressions was definitely the face front of their goals, as the girls damn well made sure that they would be recognized and remembered after each event by everyone from their outstanding stages. They were looking fierce and elegant whilst attending the red carpet, despite their slight lack of coordination. And their performances never disappointed you. After all, they are the queens of stage presence.
Exactly. Stage presence.
The amount of goosebumps you get when watching each award show performance is immaculate.
Fair enough.
Idol never fails. All of these stages ensure that you go away knowing that they were the group to keep your eyes on.
Loud music awards. Good performance. Woo! Fire.
This stage alone from the MMA Awards, just 7 months after their debut, should have told us all something from the start.
This 11 months from the debut, already performing at that big stage.
And
Pretty
there
sure I'm
they
gonna
were,
need to join this
the
later
6
on.
girls that waited years for this moment alone.
But there's a lot I haven't watched. Their outfits.
In 2018 and early 2019, Idol picked up a ton of awards, and by the end, Idol in total had 11 Rookie of the Year awards.
11 Rookies of the Year. I'm so proud of them. I seriously wish I was a big fan of them, like from the very beginning, so that I go enjoying all this journey with them. I mean, it was a shame though. I'm pretty sure it's not too late right now.
Everyone was loving Idol at this point, and we were already anticipating their next release.
La Tata, Señorita, and Señorita. Bro, I can't remember the others. I gotta need more hard on that.
Hey, senor.
2019
Señorita.
came about in no time, and the girls had already been working on their newest release.
That's yours.
Hey, senor.
Man, I still can't get over that.
The public was already intrigued about what concept Idol would be going for next because of how diverse their concepts of La Tata and Han were in comparison to each other.
나의 눈을 피하지도 않고.
And before we knew it, I-DLE announced their second installment to the I series, I-Made. The album had 5 tracks: Senorita, What's Your Name, Put It Straight, Give Me Your, and Blow Your Mind. I-Made became the girls' second mini-album that was this time fully written and co-composed by Soyeon. Minnie also participated in the production of the album, as she debuted as a songwriter and composer with the track Blow Your Mind. The lead track, Senorita, was a tango-inspired track with deep brass instrumental sounds used to help showcase the bright and colourful sides of the genre. During the production of the song, Soyeon worked with Carlos Garito, a Brazilian television personality, to help express the Spanish side of the song, Stronger. The girls described it as a song to show off their unique sides with a more dynamic choreography style, and it did just that. With its powerful choreography and upbeat tune, Senorita drove to energize and enlighten everyone in the room.
It was one of the sexiest choreo they ever
I-DLE
had.
sold 9,580 albums on its first day, according to Hantail chart.
Senorita's choreo.
This was a huge jump from I Am, and it proved that they were gaining a ton of new fans by the era. Senorita garnered 5.3 million views on YouTube in its first 24 hours and debuted at 7th with 1,000 downloads and 782,000 streams on the US World Digital Songs Sales just 2 days after the song's debut, making it their 4th entry on the chart and their 3rd as a group alone. The song also debuted at number 30 on the Go On Digital chart and then later peaked at 19th on the following week. It also debuted at number 26 on the Billboard's Korea's K-pop Hot 100s, peaking at number 10 on the following week, and finally went on to get its first but only win at Show Champion on March the 6th.
Only one win. Wait a minute, was that dummy? I don't know. Can't see clearly. Yep, that was dummy.
The girls went on to promote for 3 weeks, showing off their live vocals and glamorous outfits on the stage, and their growth, alongside physical sales, was easily noticeable through the fan chants during their performances. The intros for the stages were very graceful and pulled you in, and that one stage with the orchestral background was insane. But I can't show a clip of that because of copyright. Anyways, to conclude the era, they finished strongly and continued to work on their next project. Afterwards, Soyeon yet again appeared in another SM music video, featuring artist Key of SHINee, called I Wanna Be.
I'm sure I'm gonna need to react to all of.
And on
Sio's
April,
collabs with
I-DLE's
other
first
artists.
official soundtrack,
Yes.
Help Me, was released for the TVN Wednesday and Thursday drama called Her Private Life.
A Private Life. I already reacted to this, and if you guys ever watch that, please check. That's why, guys. That's much appreciated.
Baby, don't you know?
As well as this, Miyeon also collaborated with rapper and member of Rhythm Power, Hang Zoo, in the song Card. But the biggest project that they'd been working on was for the release of the summer song of 2019.
Hey, there's someone trying to be close to me. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
summer of 2019, the girls released a hip-hop single titled Uh-Oh, becoming the girls' second digital single after Ham. Soyeon wrote the song co-produced alongside June and Move. She wrote this song to clap back at the people who did not believe that she would make it as an idol.
Now, I love that.
The song was a boom bap genre, which was prominent in East Coast hip hop music in the 1990s. Uh-Oh ranked at number 22 on NetEase Cloud Music for China for the first half of 2019, making them the only K-pop group to chart it. It also peaked at number 7 on the Billboard's US World Digital Song Sales, ranked at number 23 on the weekly chart of South Korea K-pop Hot 100s, and 31 on Goon Weekly chart. I-DLE also ranked at number 12 on the top K-pop artist of 2019 on Spotify. And the girls went on to get their first but only win for the era at the show. During I-DLE's encore stage for Uh-Oh, they ran around the stage kissing each other as a celebratory gesture for their win. But netizens didn't quite like that. They ate that shit and spit it right back out. I-DLE did end up getting criticized for this by netizens, so that's probably why they haven't done anything too gay on national television.
Bro, that is just the signs of love, doesn't mean they gay by
Despite
doing that.
Uh-Oh and Senorita being quite solid comebacks, the fans thought that the year was going quite slow for them, and they needed something
Well, it's
to
a
lift
different
them
story
back
for
up
Mel.
to their pedestal. After a somewhat
Nina, hey.
successful comeback, the girls were invited to participate in a show that helped I-DLE showcase their talents as a group to an even wider audience.
시시해. 그래서 진짜 1위는 누군데?
In late 2019, I-DLE participated in Mnet's comeback battle program, Queendom, which ran from the 29th of August to the 31st of October. They went up against senior artists AOA, Lovelyz, Park Bomb, Mamamoo, and Oh My Girl. In the first round, they performed a remix of La Ta Ta, which garnered them much praise, with them placing first in that round and setting the standard for the rest of the competition.
Bro, this narration still give me goosebumps.
They performed the cover of 21's Fire in the next round, which received a lot of appraisal from the other contestants.
Let's go!
Hey, I-DLE.
Minnie and Soojin also participated in a round titled the Performance and Singing Round, where the groups had to choose one member to dance and the other to sing. Minnie sang a heavenly cover of Dean's Instagram with AOA Haijong.
끝났어. 목소리 너무 예쁘다. 내일이 올 거라는데 난 네 폰을 놓지 못해.
Dang.
잠은 올 생각이 없대.
She's slay.
다시 Instagram.
And Soojin broke the internet with her dance to Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello's Senorita. They also performed a scary Halloween-inspired version of Put It Straight from their mini-album I Made, which gained them a lot of attention.
좋았던 그때와 같이 이제 살아갈 순 없니
But this is a legendary stage, one of the best of all time. Barefoot. It's been a while since I last reacted to this.
During the time they were shooting Queendom, Minnie collabed with YouTuber and singer Wenji on their song titled Empire,
Lay back, let 'em build my empire.
which was released with 4 versions. A Korean version, English version, an English and Korean version, and an instrumental.
I haven't watched this as well.
Empire, 나의 자리. 소장의 미니 따라 해봐 미니.
But there's still a lot of things I did correct.
해줄게 내 꿈을 later. Kiss, kiss.
For the final round of Queendom, they had a comeback with the song Lion, which was written by Soyeon, co-produced with Yumito, and inspired by the
I have a
movie
little
The
bit
Lion
story
King.
about this. Right before this stage.
The song was released on the 25th of October and was
I'm not
then
gonna
performed
talk
on the
about
final
that.
live
I'm sure you guys
episode.
already know as well.
An awe-inspiring intro is opened with narration by Minnie, telling the story of a young queen, followed by Shua doing a solo dance, while the girls then followed.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom, and a great
These
war
narrations
for
by
the throne
Minnie.
started. The war was so terrifying and ruthless to everyone. In the middle of a brutal battle, a young girl cried out, "I am the queen."
I am the queen.
Everyone sneered at her, since she was just a little girl. However, she didn't listen to others, but kept on fighting. With her life, with all her might. After the long war ended, she returned as a queen, and those who saw her said, "She is a lion."
Oh, bro.
This was labelled as Shua's
I
era.
already
She was
watched
able
and
to show
listened to
off
that a
her
lot of
talents
times,
and how
and I
much
still got
confidence she
goosebumps from
developed
that.
from previous eras.
Their outfits look fire on her.
They finished the show as a second runner-up, and to celebrate the success of their digital single, they released a Regal and Fierce music video for Lion, which was praised for its feminist messages by the public. Lion, which we later realised was actually not a title track but just a B-side, performed significantly well in Korean charts and
I thought it
overseas.
was the
Lion
title track
actually
as well.
entered top 20 in the Melon charts by peaking at 13
And then
on
realised it
Melon
just
Real Time
besides.
chart. Lion also peaked at
Dang.
5th on Billboard's World Digital Song
I
Sales,
still can't get over
charted
the
for
makeup.
27 consecutive
That's
weeks
fresh
in the
mark.
Going Digital charts, received 470,000 streams on Spotify in its first week, and was named one of the best K-pop songs of 2019 by Billboard, Melon
One of the
Magazine,
best K-pop
SBS Pop Asia, IZM, and I-DLE Korea. Queendom was something that we felt picked I-DLE up off their feet and boosted them even further through the industry, as it granted them great recognition domestically and internationally. They promoted their group on the show in a very clever way and made sure that they stood out in order to gain the attention of potential new fans.
I'm a queen.
I said this a lot of time and I'm gonna say it again. I'm really seriously gonna miss Ujin, bro.
But with every rise comes obstacles. After the episode The Fire was performed, the girls began to face a ton of backlash from international K-pop fans because of their cultural insensitivities that rightfully offended a lot of people, including some of their fans outside of Korea. This incident obviously created a bad image for I-DLE on social media, as it spread like wildfire. Their name was getting dragged by many hurt international K-pop fans online. But as well as this, many people would take this as an opportunity to make insensitive jokes about the members too. In fact, the hate towards the members went further than holding them accountable, when people started calling Soyeon ugly, selfish, and accusing her of being a bully. There were also very Islamophobic tweets going around about the group, which made Muslim Netherlands extremely uncomfortable. Fans were still very upset with the group, and the majority held the group accountable for their actions. Emails were spammed at Cube, fans demanded an apology in comment sections, and we even trended a hashtag in attempts to reach out to the company publicly. After many tries to get through to the company, fans finally got closure, as a source close to the girls stressed that they cannot openly talk about it due to many external factors involved, such as their contracts with the company and broadcasting companies. As well as this, a fan had a conversation with a K-pop journalist who allegedly has links to the group that said that I-DLE have actually undergone many hours of education about cultures from around the world and insensitivity. Since the incident happened in 2019, I-DLE have shown their awareness about the situation on many occasions. Despite not being allowed to talk on the matter, the girls have indirectly shown that they have learned from their mistake and grew aware of the situation very quickly. I-DLE was facing a lot of backlash and misinformation being spread about them across the entire internet. They were wrongfully accused of appropriating cultures through many of their past concepts. People still continue to make false accusations about the group, and some fans grew afraid of their next moves. I-DLE is known to choose a variety of concepts for their performances, music videos, and eras. This is a big reason why some K-pop stans in general felt like they were neglecting other cultures besides Korea, or even taking credit for their cultures without proper recognition. Alongside all of this, people were also becoming detectives as they started accusing Soyeon of being greedy due to how the group's song lines were distributed to each member. Despite it being proven multiple times that each member has a voice in what parts they get, and that each part is determined on which member's voice is mostly suited for her, people that are not keen on the group have decided to target Soyeon specifically and create misleading line distribution videos, TikToks mocking Soyeon, and Twitter posts about a matter that has nothing to do with them. This is the result of the situation that could get out of hand when people that are not even fans of the group will assume that something unjust is going on between each of the members. It can even lead fans of the group to believe these people, causing them to unstan or hate on a specific member.
Bro.
After Queendom had finished, I-DLE moved on to their next project. In November, Riot Games created a virtual hip-hop group called True Damage.
True Damage. That's a very dope animation.
Soyeon was added to the group and collaborated with League of Legends yet again to feature on the group's debut song, Giants, with artists such as Becky G, Kiki Palmer, Thutmose and Duckworth.
Moving too fast, life moving in slow-mo. I'm a god, but I act if you don't know. Homie, better put your pride aside. My Benz get more like a Volvo. Your best stuff looks like my words. Synapses, fire and burst. Got the whole crew with me, about to do damage. You know we ain't average. I ain't gonna set it.
They performed the song at the 2019 World Championship Finals in Paris, and Soyeon had a great time meeting and mixing with the other artists. I-DLE were fully booked, and I mean it when I say that. They were being paid for so many features, they had deals with so many other companies, and were ready to promote their group to not only domestic audiences, but also international ones too.
True damage.
I-DLE is known to be a group that set the industry's expectations high with their annual award show performances.
Always starts going fast with the awards. First stage.
And 2019 was no stranger to that. The girls took it a whole step further this year with their own award show performances of Uh-Oh and Lion.
Uh-oh. I missed the timing.
The stages for Uh-Oh were very energetic, whereas Lion's stages would demand your full attention, giving you goosebumps during the eerie, cryptic intros. It seemed more like I-DLE was putting on their own show, reeling you in with the emotions they set on the stage. I-DLE went on to win several awards. Here are the main awards of 2019 that I-DLE won. We have the Groove Award by the Asia Artist Awards, New Star Award by the Asia Model Festival, World Rookie of the Year by Gorn Chart Music Awards, Rookie of the Year Digital by Golden Disc Awards, New Wave Award by Soribada Best K-Music Awards, Dance Performer of the Year by the Fact Music Awards, and the Global Rookie Top 5 by the V-Live Awards. By the end of 2019, Cube Entertainment started to become more aware of I-DLE's potential. The year 2020 came by, the year that I-DLE's Queendom track Lion went on to receive a critical acclaim, garnering I-DLE a KMA nomination. The year that I-DLE was also set to have their first world tour, where they were going to finally make a move internationally. And 2020, the year that...
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, I think you know what happened there. The world tour was soon cancelled due to the COVID-19 outbreak, but the girls still chose to release their third mini-album.
That was a big disaster.
Named I Trust, this mini-album followed the dark and serious concept from their past Queendom release and KMA nominated track, Lion, and was the first mini-album that received 2 versions of. The album included 5 songs: Oh My God, which was the title track, Love You, Maybe, Lion, and the English version of Oh My God. clearly aimed more towards the Western market, this song represents just how well Soyeon writes and produces a catchy and emotional song with deep lyrics open for interpretation for her fans, and how all of the members of the group added all of their unique qualities to make something very special.
Bro, the music video for this, it looks so expensive.
Some called Oh My God the lesbian anthem because of how the lyrics came across to many of the group's LGBTQ fans. If kissing each other during the Uh-Oh music show win back in 2019 pissed off netizens, just wait till they hear this shit. All of the verses are about a woman who has fallen in love with another woman, but can't accept it because of the stereotypical views about the same-sex relationships by a society who doesn't easily accept LGBTQ communities. As the song progresses, she understands that she should trust her love and her heart, and so she eventually breaks free from the mold. Soyeon's writing allowed for people to identify and relate more to the song by directing it towards being more about the struggles of somebody in a society, more than about experiences in a homosexual relationship. Soyeon also once said after the release of I Trust that music should not even be classified with genders, since music should be for everyone.
That is the truth.
A lot of fans were arguing whether Soyeon included these lyrics for homosexual representation or other variations, but after this they mostly understood and the topic was soon dropped. Probably asking, how did the album progress? Well, 90,000 copies being sold in the first day was not what many of us expected, but cracking 112,000 sales in its first week? We all started to begin to notice how much I-DLE had grown since their previous years. I Trust was a huge success, becoming their best performing album at the time with 150,000 concurrent copies sold from South Korea alone. The music video became the 24th most watched music video in the first 24 hours and currently sits at 128 million views at the time of writing the script.
Bro, there's a lot.
I-DLE's Spotify monthly listeners started to increase drastically, and they topped the iTunes top album charts in 58 regions around the world, breaking the record for Korean girl groups during this era. After being signed to popular US record label Republic Records, clearly I-DLE had reached their goals to break into the Western market whilst also still having a huge presence in South Korea. For an album selling almost 6 times as more as their previous in its first week during a pandemic, and a promotion that was completely changed because of a cancelled world tour, it is quite remarkable what they had achieved in just the first quarter of 2020. The year started to become a very busy year for I-DLE. They were fully booked both individually and as a group all year after the success with Oh My God. After Oh My God's era had passed, we were afraid of facing another drought. However, Soyeon made it clear that an annual summer song is their group's tradition. But this year was a little bit different. I-DLE soon announced their online concert, I-Land, which took place on July the 5th. Now, although I cannot show any footage of this concert, I will say that this concert was amazing. The girls performed their title tracks, some of their B-sides, and covers of the songs Why Do You Love Me by Charlotte Lawrence, What About Us by Pink, What Now and Kiss It Better by Rihanna, performed in solo and as a unit by the vocal line members Minnie, Miyeon and Oogie. Undoubtedly, this was the most exciting part. The members had also released a song called I'm the Trend, which was a fan song produced and written by the members Minnie and Oogie, becoming the song of Oogie's debut as a producer and songwriter. There was some confusion at the time as to whether or not this song was the summer song that was discussed in an article from Cube regarding I-DLE's next releases of 2020. However, not long after the concert, Dum Dee Dum Dee was announced to the public and was revealed as I-DLE's official summer song of this year. In the meantime, Soyeon collabed with SNSD Hyoyeon's track titled Dessert, which also featured rapper Loopy.
Well, I got spoiled a little bit by
Soyeon
this.
also wrote and composed A-Pink's Namjoon's solo debut song,
all of that
Bird.
right away.
Soyeon immediately gained respect from the second-generation artists, as in the past she had also collabed with Chinese Key. Soon after, Dum Dee Dum Dee released. 16.9 million views in the first 24 hours. Dum Dee Dum Dee became the 23rd most watched music video at the time. Fans were afraid of the song underperforming due to there not being much of a gap between the release of Oh My God and Dum Dee Dum Dee. But little did everyone know that this beautiful, refreshing and energetic summer song would set new personal records for the group.
Song, Dum Dee Dum Dee. And honestly, this is one of the best songs for summer.
After its first week of release, Dum Dee Dum Dee started dominating and topping multiple Korean charts, and on top of that internationally by taking up 47 number ones across the globe on popular music platform iTunes. As seen on the Hanteo chart, Dum Dee Dum Dee reached first week sales of 94,587 copies. And after just 6 days of the official release, Dum Dee Dum Dee had reached 50 million views on YouTube, which set them a new personal record. By the end of Dum Dee Dum Dee's promotions, the girls had surpassed their music show win just as they secured 6 this era and were left shocked at just how well this summer single did and the amount of support they'd been given from the general public.
Shout it out loud. Hey, let's turn on my summer band. Hit the drum.
And this is actually my favorite. This chorus. And the choreo. Bro. I wish I could dance to that.
On August the 20th, 2020, KDA launched their official Twitter and Instagram account, and along with that officially announced the group's fandom name, Blades. Simultaneously, Riot Games released an image of the KDA logo, including the comeback date and the title of the group's pre-release single. On August the 27th, KDA released the single named The Baddest, featuring Soyeon, Miyeon, Bia Miller and Wolf Tyler. This single reached first place in Billboard's World Digital Song Sales, and the single currently has 39 million views on YouTube and almost 66 million streams on Spotify at the time of writing this script. Just 2 months after a successful pre-release single, KDA announced another single named More. This single was released on the 28th of October 2020, featuring Soyeon, Miyeon, Madison Bia, Lexi Liu, and Jaira Burns. After 1 day within its release, the song charted on South Korea's major domestic music sites such as Melon, Genie, Bugs, and Flow. The song debuted at number 2 on the US World Digital Song Sales within 1.5 days of it being released. It then also peaked at number 1, and the track also charted at number 16 on China's QQ Music and peaked at number 1 on the QQ Game Music chart. Currently, this song has around
Male sounds so
53 million streams on Spotify, and its music video has almost 62 million views at the time of writing this script. On October the 31st, KDA performed more at the Pudong Football Stadium in Shanghai, China, as the opening ceremony of the 10th anniversary of League of Legends World Championships. But unfortunately, due to travel restrictions related to the COVID pandemic, only Lexi Liu was able to perform live on stage with the virtual KDA.
I really wish I could watch the stage for this with all artists. With all of them, all 5 of them.
On November the 6th, 2020, KDA released their first ever EP named All Out. This EP included 5 songs: The Baddest, More, Drum Go Dumb, Villain, and I'll Show You. Besides the already known members of KDA, the tracklist included artists such as the legendary girl group Twice, Anika Wells, Biga Boom, Aluna, and Wolf Tyler. Unfortunately, Mion or Soyeon were not featured in any of the other songs on the album. However, this EP peaked at the 5th position in the Billboard's World Album Sales and was included in the 25 Best Pop Albums of 2020 staff picks by Billboard. On October the 10th, Minnie sang an official soundtrack titled Getaway for the K-drama My Dangerous Wife.
Getaway.
On the 15th of October, Mion and Minnie sang in We Already Fall in Love for K-drama Do Do Sol Sol La La Sol. And besides that, Mion also sang My Destiny for the drama Tale of the Nine-Tailed, which was released on the 26th of November. In the year 2020, I-DLE received multiple nominations for Bongsang Awards. They won the Emotive Award at the AAA Awards and also won the Popularity Award at the Fact Music Awards. Although the year wasn't a slow one this time, due to obvious reasons, award shows did not live to the full expectancy of many fans. But I-DLE did go on to perform Dum Dee Dum Dee and Oh My God beautifully with their very catchy intros, and even presenting us with dance breaks.
Oh God, I was a prisoner of my reason. I wanted to set me free through salvation. No God, there's no need for divine love anymore. Because I'm no longer a prisoner.
I-DLE also attended multiple festivals, and they even collaborated with other 4th generation artists such as Stray Kids, ITZY, and IZ*ONE.
You're looking fresh, so fresh. Yep, I'm impressed. Go ahead and flex. Turn up. Everybody be hating the way that you're still in the show.
And as well as these collabs, I-DLE also covered songs Don't Touch Me by the Refund Sisters at Show Music Co. and Listen to My Heart by the legendary Queen of K-pop, Boa, at the Mama Awards.
Listen to My Heart.
Despite 2020's interference, the year wrapped up pretty well, with I-DLE teasing that yet another comeback was on the way. It was actually announced that in 2021 that member Mion would actually go on to star in a lead actress role in the web drama called Replay, and Minnie would also follow suit by starring in a new Netflix sitcom series called I Wish the World Would End Tomorrow.
Listen to my heart, looking for your dream.
And before we knew it, I-DLE's 4th mini album and 4th installment to the I series was announced to the public on the last week of December. After the first concept preview was released, the fans started speculating what kind of album name they would go for this time.
Wow.
But nobody expected it to be called I Burn. I Burn consisted of 3 versions: Winter, Flower, and Fire. This mini-album greeted fans with 6 new songs this time, and the names are as followed: Han, Alone in Winter, Hua, Moon, Where's Love, Lost, and Dahlia. And of course,
Bro,
Hua was the title track for this album.
one of my favorite
The
B-sides.
title track Hua was written by Soyeon herself and was produced and co-composed along with Pop Time, who also worked on the past single Dum Dee Dum Dee. Soyeon also co-composed 2 other tracks and took part in writing the other 5.
시간은 다 얼어버리고 잔인한 그 바람이 남긴 듯한
Minnie composed 2 tracks, Moon and Dahlia, and she also wrote the lyrics for Dahlia and arranged Moon. Oogie was also able to compose and write the track Lost alongside Soyeon, which is my favorite track on the album.
Group.
The album was released on the 11th of January and started breaking records from its first hour of release. With high anticipation, I-DLE reached 75,510 sales within its first day of releasing. Immediately after its release, I-DLE's Hwa began charting at number 1 on the Korean charts, Bugs, Genie, and Melon's real-time chart, making them the first 4th generation group to debut at number 1 on Melon's real-time chart and to enter Melon's 24-hour hits chart in just 3 hours. I-DLE also became the first 4th generation girl group to have their B-sides enter top 10 on Melon real-time chart and the entire album chart on Bugs in the top 6 positions of the chart. I-DLE became the only girl group alongside Blackpink to have multiple B-sides enter the Flow chart. The album received 51 number 1s on iTunes, number 1 on iTunes worldwide, and its music video trended number 1 worldwide and in South Korea. In the first 24 hours, Hwa's music video reached 8 million views, and you may be thinking that in comparison to the previous releases, this is surprisingly low. But throughout the first 24 hours, Hwa's music video views were being deducted by YouTube by the hour. But within the second and third day of its release, views started to increase tremendously, and the music video gained over 40 million views within its first week. In I-DLE's first week of being released, sales climbed to over 115,000, and the album garnered almost 9 million Spotify streams. Hwa also debuted at number 8 on Billboard's World Digital Songs sales and reached number 5 on the Billboard's Hot 100 chart. I-DLE went on to get their first win for the era on the 20th of January, just 9 days after the album release.
So Hwa was the most successful.
Cube Entertainment is not part of the Big Three. In fact, before I-DLE's debut, Cube was down pretty bad. I wouldn't say that I-DLE was Cube's last hope, but the group definitely did raise morale for the company. Some people say that I-DLE are privileged and have been taken care of since their debut, but honestly, Soyeon is the one that we should all appreciate, because without her and her courage to write the group's debut song, the group would probably not be where it is today. Soyeon has established a lot for the group and has encouraged and inspired not only her fellow members but also other artists within the industry to get into songwriting and producing. These are the examples of factors that really help a group stand out above the rest, especially in modern time where girl groups especially are not allowed to be creative and they have to follow a certain style that was created for them by their company. If there was no Latata, I-DLE's comeback would have possibly been postponed, and I-DLE probably wouldn't have been considered monster rookies. I think we can all agree that I-DLE deserve everything that they have been given, from their light stick to their first world tour and multiple bookings with other companies. They built their way from the bottom up and developed their own genre that nobody can replicate. And that's what resulted in the rise of I-DLE.
G stand for genius, guys. G stand for genius. I felt this information, so the rise of I-DLE, Secret Entertainment, Secret Weapons by Levin's Jeans, like, I'm still surprised by that. Yeah, I still can't believe that was fan-made. You know, guys, we seriously need to give like a very big credit to Levin's Jeans for that documentary. Bro, that was so detailed, and yeah, that was a very well made video, and I still can't believe the fact that I watched a whole 1 hour and over 20 minutes videos and without getting bored of it. But that was a very well made documentary. And yeah, I think that's it for this time, guys. If you guys get any other ideas, content that you want me to show on, just tell me on the comment section down below, fams. I'll try my best to share that as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this. See you in another video.
I got a feeling, perks help me feel it, I feel it.